say take a deep breath. Oh no, you're live now. It didn't say take a deep breath.
It didn't even give me a countdown.
It didn't do any countdown. It just said go for it. Go for it. We have one participant, and that's us. We're the one participant. But we'll see. See, people start coming in. See, there's Ann.
There's Ann.
Ann's on.
Yeah.
Ann's on. Ann's in the office, probably. I'm assuming.
Maybe.
And then we can go check. This is the awkward part of going. Yes, she is. There we go. This is the awkward part of the. Can you hear us then? That means you can hear us. I'm using the MacBook microphone. So this is the awkward part of going live, because you could wait for people to show up. Like if you jump right into content, then you basically you're just talking to yourself, and then no one has any idea what you're doing.
I talk to myself all the time.
So that's there. Oh, good. Yeah. She can hear us.
Yeah.
We got live tech support.
What? We need live tech support.
So, we got 3. Okay, so Ryan's on. So there we go. We're getting there. So this is, like I said, so anytime I go live, you just got to pretend nothing's going on for about 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. Erin's on. So there we go.
I thought, wait a minute. Wasn't she supposed to be doing this?
Yeah, she was. Okay. But she messaged that she was not going to be doing it. She just asked if someone else would do it. And I said, I'm sitting right next to an industry rock star.
Your wife left. No.
We don't know where she went. She just went out the garage.
She's out. I'm done talking to you.
She's like, you're all annoying me. So there we go. Hey. All right. Sometimes, exactly. Yes.
Yourself. Yes. 100%.
Mm-hmm. So Tim knew about being on this all of about 10 minutes ago.
100%,
when I said I just drafted you in for a live stream.
You did. Which is fine.
Yeah, we're here. So, and it actually fits. So we'll kind of jump into this a little bit. The theme, HETMA's theme for December is productive rest.
Yes.
We were just sitting on our laptops returning emails sitting on my dock.
Yes.
That's productive rest.
That is productive rest.
Because we're doing work.
We are doing work.
We just got out of breakfast and we had business conversations at breakfast. We had good conversations on the boat last night.
We absolutely did.
I had popcorn ice cream. I got my popcorn ice cream from Extron.
You did.
So that was good.
Just so it's been said, I don't much care for the popcorn ice cream. And it's not because it's bad. It's because it's weird.
Oh, it's absolutely weird, but it's fantastic.
It is oddly good, but it still bothers me because it tastes like buttered popcorn, but it's cold and creamy in my mouth, and it's just weird.
It's wonderful. Okay, anyone, if you've ever been to the ranch at the Extron headquarters in Anaheim, secret menu item. It's not on the menu. You have to ask for it, and it is popcorn ice cream. There you go.
Yes.
Don't make sure you have that.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'm going to jump in because we are winging this.
100%.
Productive rest. So you came out here. You messaged me months ago. Hey, I'm coming out. I just want to hang. I'm like, what do you want to do? I was like, I just want to hang out. We'll talk a little bit and we'll do that. So what is your secret, your advice to people, especially, what did you just say 2 minutes ago? Did you look at your calendar and hate it?
And cry, I think is what I said.
You said and cry. How do you manage that in a time where, everything is just busy and everyone is begging for your time, or there's another project and all of that?
Because there's always another project. At least you hope there is. There's a couple things, and I say this as somebody who it's taken 30 years to get to this point. You have to say no, and that's very uncomfortable, at least for me, right? For my personality, it's very uncomfortable for me to say no. But you have to, because if you don't, then you're going to look at your calendar and cry. And you have to take time for yourself. One of my favorite weeks out of the year is the week of Thanksgiving. And the reason for that is our offices are closed for 3 days. So automatically you got 3 days off there, right? Mm-hmm. So for the cost of 2 PTO days, I get an entire week off. And you know this because you were on AV Week a couple of weeks ago. Part of that process, we record thank yous or what you're thankful for our episode of AV Week that week. So not only am I forcing myself to take the time off, I'm forcing Mitchell to take the time off, who has an even worse time saying no than I do. But you have to get yourself to the point where you are at least marginally comfortable saying no to certain things that either that don't serve you or don't serve your purpose in life. Yeah.
So how do you take that? So a lot of the kind of theme that I'm also hearing too is people wanting to build their career and all this. So
Yeah.
for us, first off, it's always hard to say no. Okay, so we'll take that. But maybe we can be a little bit choosy. How do others who go, look, I want to learn how to advocate? We're an industry of introverts. We are the kind of exception. But
I'm not an exception. I'm 100% an introvert.
well, I guess I kind of am too but you know how to turn it on, right? Well, as soon as it says live,
know how to do my job.
you turn it on. What about those who go, look, I don't know where to invest my time. How do I know that this is the opportunity? Because I always say, if every opportunity, take it. Well, you can't take every opportunity.
you can't.
You're having to sacrifice other things, and that might even be your well-being.
Yes, and then your calendar also gets to a certain point. It's something I've actually learned the last 6 months is it is the power of, I'm going to call it the 80-20 rule, and it is a long theory here. But I've actually started using it in my weekly to-dos. So not that anybody asked this, but part of my weekly routine is on Sunday mornings, I get up before anybody, have a cup of coffee. I look at my week's previous activities and what I have scheduled for the next week. And what I started doing was going, okay, here's all the stuff that Tim would like to get done this week. Okay. What is one or two things that I am so focused on, or I know that is going to move my own personal, professional relationship ball further down the field? Okay. What are one or two things there? Then what is that 20% of the time that I can dedicate that is going to move 80% of the way? Okay. And then I'm like, okay, so these one or two things on a daily basis as I'm working, those are non-negotiable. Those have to get done. Come hell or high water, those have to get done. And the rest of it is kind of a nice to have.
Yeah.
But these two things are absolutely critical. I'm in the middle of writing a book. I've done the editing, and now I'm doing the rewrites. My daily activity right now, between now and the end of the year, is finishing those rewrites.
Yeah.
Right. Because I have a goal. I want this to be published and out to the public by April of 26. To get that done, I know that I have to have those 30 minutes a day of rewrites, regardless of anything else, regardless of how I feel, regardless of what comes my way. That has to get done. So your personal professional development, what's one or two things that you can focus on this week that is going to get you a bigger return?
Yeah, I love that. And I think a lot of it too is there's different sides, right? If you're a tech, there's improving your skills, but also if you want to take the next step in your career, find what's the 30 minutes that teaches me management and leadership skills, because management is dealing with people, not with things, right? And how can I take those and dedicate that time? Because the next thing you know, now you're ready for when that opportunity comes.
Yeah.
Right?
And what's one or two people that I can connect with this week, this month, this quarter, that can help me in that development? One of the things that I have discovered over the years is, number one, it's really hard to ask people for help. I don't want to be a bother to people. I don't want to, infringe on your time. The vast majority of people are willing to help. They're more than happy to, especially as we get older, we start looking back and go, how can I give back? How can I contribute? And so not every person you're going to ask is going to say yes, but a lot of them will.
Yeah.
So it's a little uncomfortable, right? Especially if you're of a certain personality, but you kind of like reach out and go, hey, can I buy you a coffee? Can I, bug you for 30 minutes or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that. And I think that too, even those times, kind of bringing it back to the theme of productive rest. It's amazing when you invest in something and then you have people in it or invest in you. Is where you feel that there's actually value in each other, right? If, like we were saying, if we're staring at our calendars, it makes us cry. But if you look at the purpose behind that, and kind of what we're doing, it's like, okay, all of this has something, and there's always those, when the random meeting pops on, that you do get an opportunity to get back. Like right now, I think even just this, even though we only knew about it 10 minutes ago, throwing this together here, is like, wow, this is a great service that we can give. And that's where, to me, I think that there's that value is you take that step in your career and start looking back and investing in other people. And then just taking care of yourself. Like this was not planned to be sitting on my dock and do the very first live stream about kind of being productive, but our time together and just being able to spend this time this is the type of work day that, you see the value, you see the friendships, you see this, but it's not another day of the grind.
It is not. I mean, neither of us spent, an hour, or in your case, 2-3 hours in traffic, to sit in an office and do whatever it is we do. Now I will get on a plane this afternoon and I'll go back to 12 inches of snow somewhere.
We're global. Tom in Belgium is
Oh,
on.
hot
We
dog.
we are global.
And Tom's kicking butt in Belgium.
He
from what I heard.
is. He is killing it.
By the way, Aaron is 100% right. It does that ice cream messes with your senses. That's exactly why I don't like it. It does.
It's the best thing. It is a 5-star steakhouse. But
It is
the best thing on the menu.
It is not the best thing on the. Oh my gosh! It is totally
Actually, I take it back. It's not the best thing on the menu because it's not on the menu.
Oh my lord!
All right. So we were talking about something.
Productive rest.
Yes, productive rest. So how do you, like you said, you brought up the example of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But okay, guess what's going to happen in January? You're going to get on a plane. You're going to go to CES, and then you're going to turn around and you're going to go to some business things. Then you got to jump on a plane and go to
Barcelona.
ISE, and then you're going to come back and you're going to be in Anaheim.
I will.
For popcorn ice cream. No.
No.
Okay, when the busyness comes, how do you take care of yourself, and how do you take care of your family? Because your wife's sitting at home while she's actually coming.
She's actually coming out to both Barcelona and Anaheim. There's two ways. Number one, as much as I like to get work done on the plane, because at that point you're disconnected unless you a lot of times I will get the internet to get emails done. And so I will break that trip up and I'll say, okay, give myself some time to get some stuff figured out, but then I will unplug. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that is reading a book just for the pleasure of it. Right now I'm going back through Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and the Pillars of Earth series. Right.
Sounds miserable.
There is no AV value to either of those books, but they're both fantastic, right? For various reasons. I will watch shows or movies, right? Right now, in the middle of watching Slow Horses. I'm a big fan of Pluribus right now, even though it's kind of weird. But I don't sit at home watching those. I will download them on my iPad, and that's what I will do. So just kind of give yourself permission to unplug and just relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to do, but I know that's where, for me, it's like where I have to. I think I said on the Hired AV Thanksgiving episode, like kind of why I started golfing. Like if I don't take time for myself, like it makes me take 4 hours away, and I need that therapy.
Yep.
Well,
that's one of the benefits of I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu almost 2 years ago now. It's 2 hours a week, right? It's an hour on Tuesday and an hour on Thursday, and it forces me to I unplug.
Yeah, you got a +1 on your slow.
I have heard that the books are really, really good. But I also love Gary Oldman, who's just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And cheering for the Bears, absolutely, especially right now. Good Lord. But USC, baby. But it forces me to unplug, because I take off. There's no electronics, there's no rings, there's nothing. It's me and a guy, opposite me, who's trying to choke me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
For an hour, and that you're right. It gives you time to kind of focus on you and your own needs.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I guess really, while we have him, anyone want to ask you? You've got Tim Albright right here. Anyone have any questions? If you have a question, you can ask him anything.
Ask Troy how much snow is at his house.
Troy, how much snow? Troy was on. I saw Troy pop on.
Yeah, maybe he's
on. Yeah, Troy's still on. Yeah, he's on. I see. Well, Chris is in Omaha, so there's got to be snow in Omaha.
Well, maybe. But this last round, probably snow in Omaha, because this last round came out of the Rockies, is what I saw.
Do you know where there isn't snow?
Oh, yeah, here.
Right here.
Right here.
You were in a short sleeve shirt this morning when we went to breakfast,
I'm
and
still in a short sleeve shirt.
I was in a winter coat.
You were not in a winter. It was a winter coat. Yeah, it was a winter coat.
That's the difference. All right, 5 inches in Omaha, 8 inches. What? That is horrible. 15
in Des Moines. Yeah.
Des Moines.
So I over the weekend at Christmas or Thanksgiving, it snowed 6 inches in St. Louis from Friday night, Black Friday into Saturday. Right. spent a couple hours shoveling snow. And then I was flying out here on Monday. Flight was like at 3:00. Somebody pokes their head in my office at noon on Monday. Said, hey, by the way, it started snowing again. So sure as heck, it took me what should have been a 15-minute drive to the airport. Took me 2 hours in St. Louis because we're idiots and we forget how to drive in the snow, I guess. But it snowed another 5-6 inches at home as I was piecing out. Yeah.
That sounds miserable.
Hey, it's I don't know.
See, and this is why I knock California all the time until times like this.
That's
And then
true.
I remember why I overpaid for things.
Well, and if you wanted snow, you could drive an hour or
We
two,
can- yes.
right?
So there's this thing that's called the LA experience. So
Okay.
when it used to happen, when I was a freshman at USC and we joined the fraternity, what you did is this. In the morning, you went to Huntington Beach and surfed.
Okay.
So you got there for breakfast. Then you left and went to Disneyland for a few hours. And you do that right when they open. Leave there, go up to Big Bear and snowboard.
Okay.
Come down the backside of the mountain, go to a Hollywood premiere movie,
Okay.
and then go out to a Hollywood nightclub in
Okay.
one day. Where else on earth can you surf, go to Disney, snowboard, go to like a premieres and all that, and you do it in one day? Greg Carson's the rock star.
-7. Good Lord.
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, I would
Why?
that's
Why?
okay. First of all, that sounds like a very tiring day at my age. Yeah, there is something about the seasons, right? And yes, you guys have seasons, but it's different degrees of different seasons, right? But we have, our leaves change colors, right? And all that jazz. Turn that off. But
Husker Stadium. Oh, look at that.
it's both of you potentially.
Yeah. Converse at EC. Yeah. Well, I've got a new job. What? Oh,
Oh wow.
well, congrats.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, you're Husker anyway, so you get
Yeah.
to go. You're right.
That's true. Yeah.
Husker going home.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Congrats. I like it. Well, you're still going to have to help us out with the HETMA Roadshow stuff that's
Yeah.
coming at Educause
Yeah.
in Denver. We're relying on you. So
That's pretty awesome too.
yes. Oh, awesome. Congrats.
That is awesome.
Because we're breaking news. We are breaking industry news.
Yes.
We talked about that earlier. You didn't even need a chatbot for
You
that.
did not.
Didn't even need to create an AI bot to learn
And the
that
one I
news.
created was bad anyway.
Made up stories.
Well, 100%. And they tell you that you have to check things because AI will hallucinate, but this one really it was a doozy. Yeah, even created its own links, its own URLs. They didn't go anywhere,
That is
But-
funny.
but it created its own links.
All right, there's something in that. That there's probably a life lesson or a worry about AI lesson.
Yeah, probably.
I'll have to check that link out later. Link it. That means Greg can also help with the Omaha Road
That's
show.
true.
He's going to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't see any questions come through. This is only supposed to be 10 minutes. We're running 20.
I'm
So-
shocked that you and I try to talk.
I know. But so my favorite question, how can people find you and learn more about you?
Higher ed AV.
But I don't get it. Don't find me on all the stuff. Like, come on.
Don't follow me anywhere unless you want to hear me yammer about the Bears.
But
yeah.
they can read non-AV stuff.
They can read non-AV stuff on LinkedIn. Matter of fact, I just published my second Forbes article on storytelling and connecting with your team, with your clients, with your community.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. You can actually find him at avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv for this and a whole host of
Host of others,
like the EdTech podcast.
like the
Aaron's
EdTech podcast.
EdTech podcast. The last one was a great one too.
It was.
It was fantastic.
Big fan of that. And then I purposely try to have purposely have a bunch of HETMA folks on AV Week. Every couple of weeks, including you were technically the last episode, our last live episode, I guess.
Yes, because you did the Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All right. On that being said, thank you for joining me on this
Thank you,
last
sir.
minute. Cheers.
Cheers,
And
sir.
we're going to go back to productive
Productive rest. I like that.
Love it. Good seeing everybody. happy
Thursday.
Thursday. It's a Thursday.
It's Thursday.
It's a Thursday going into the holiday. We're in December.
Here we are.
We are in December. Have a great holiday. Have a great. Good. Hey, Scott, how's it going? Good to see you. Pleasure. All right. Now, how do I end this thing? I do know that there. End button.
Thank you for tuning in to HETMA Presents. This show is a production of Higher Ed AV Media. Please visit higheredav.com to learn more about this show and a host of others. The views expressed here are not necessarily those of our respective institutions, employers, or sponsors. We'll be back soon with another installment of HETMA Presents.